Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Julie Nelson.
And I'm Rena Sargentopoulos. Minnesota's latest budget forecast is out, and the news isn't great. A potential $6 billion deficit in 4 years. Danny Spiewak is live from our Capitol Bureau to break down the newly released numbers. Danny.
Well, the budget forecast released today is going to help lawmakers here at the state capitol to craft the budget that they're currently working on. That's for 2026-27. And that 2-year cycle, they have some money left over. It's the 2028-2029 cycle where there's that potential $6 billion deficit looming. And the projected deficit has only grown from November's projections, in part because of federal uncertainty around President Trump's policies.
Compared to the last forecast 3 months ago, Minnesota's budget outlook is trending downward. That is according to Minnesota Management and Budget Commissioner Erin Campbell.
I think that there's a lot of risk in front of us right now.
For the current 2026-27 budget cycle, the state's projected balance has dropped from $616 million to $456 million. And for the 2028-29 cycle, a projected deficit has now grown from $5.1 billion to roughly $6 billion.
The only thing that's changed since November is Donald Trump's chaos to the economy.
The state's economic consultant predicts a weakened outlook past 2026 because tariffs, tax cuts, and deportations all contribute to higher inflation. And this forecast doesn't even take into account the full impact of tariffs or the potential for things like cuts to Medicaid, the state's largest source of federal funding.
It's nonsense. It's not how you run any business, let alone the federal government, and the impact on states is immense.
But Republican legislative leaders say the state's budget problems are the result of the DFL's spending, while it controlled state government the past 2 years.
We had been warning over 2 years that this was not going to be sustainable.
House Speaker Lisa Damith says her party doesn't want to raise taxes to tackle the looming deficit, but will instead look for cuts in state agencies.
Republicans are ready to work on a responsible and balanced budget that's going to fund our priorities.
Even before President Trump took office, Minnesota faced a potential deficit, in part because of huge growth in special education costs and long-term care waivers for the older population. Governor Walz has proposed scaling back in those areas, and DFL lawmakers say they'll have to tackle that too.
He's proposing to slow down the rate of growth. So certainly we have to look at government programs where the rate of growth is higher than the rate of inflation.
In the next several weeks, DFL and Republican lawmakers will come up with their budget targets. They'll put those on the table, and then they got to work together with each other, with the governor, to pass a budget by May 19th. Back to you.
Lots still has to happen for all of that to come together at the right time, Danny.